Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at interactive questions in YouTube, which you can use in Google Classroom. So no need for any third-party tools or apps to capture bits of the video that you want your students to really focus in on. So, hi, my name's Phil. If you haven't already, please do consider liking and subscribing on the channel. That helps us provide you with the content that you find useful. Please do feel free to drop any comments in the chat, in the features, just so we can see how these things are going down. Right, let's have a look at what we're going to be looking at today. YouTube videos, we love them, we use them all the time in our teaching practice. But what we can do now within Google Classroom, if you have a teaching and learning upgrade or an Education Plus licensing, I'll come on to more about that in a minute, you'll be able to have a video playing which will pause at the time that you decide and ask a question. And you'll be able to do that for multiple elements within your video. This is combining meaningful learning with YouTube's video library so students can check for understanding and learn at their own pace within Google Classroom. This feature is now live. As I say, it is mentioned for those of you with a teaching and learning upgrade and Education Plus licenses. So if you do not know if you've got one of those licenses, speak to your MSP, your managed service provider, or the people that provide you with your Google licensing. They're the best people. They will be able to tell you what you've got, what you have access to, and if not, they'll be able to talk to you about how you can get hold of the relevant licensing for your organization so that you'll be able to use interactive questions within YouTube. So please do reach out to them. They will be the best people to speak to. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and have a look at what this looks like in Google Classroom. So as you can see, I'm in a classroom right here, right now. I'm going to go to the classwork page. None of this is going to be alien to many of us. We're going to go to create and we're going to go down to assignment. And that gives us the opportunity to bring up the assignment page. Now, we've been into this section probably thousands of times and it's becoming second nature. But just to be aware, when you have the relevant upgrade, you'll see two buttons down the bottom. Practice sets. The video on that is on the channel that we did a couple of weeks ago. But the one we're going to go and have a look at today is YouTube. So please press on that and you'll get presented with another screen. At this point, you'll be able to search for the YouTube video that you want. Now, I've already created one on just setting an assignment, and I'm just going to copy that URL and pop it into that search box for us in a minute. So let's just go and grab that. Bear with me. Just trying to copy that across and paste it in. Then you press search and it will find your video for you. Exactly how you would normally search for the video. There it is, that's the one I want. If you press the add video button, it just basically allows you to go and find another video on YouTube. It does need to be a video that's on YouTube. Okay, so if you have your own videos, you may have to upload them to YouTube to put them into this feature. Obviously, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you've got the relevant permissions, you're not infringing any copyright legislation, etc. In a minute, I'm going to press add questions, but at the top there, you will also see my video activities. Basically, like practice sets, this is your previous launched videos that you've done within this feature. So they'll all be saved, so you'll be able to use them again or launch them into other classrooms if you need it. But I'm now going to go and add my questions into this video. So what will happen? It will start to play the video. As you can see, it's 6 minutes 31 in length. I'm not going to go and play the whole thing for you, but you'll be able to press play and you'll be able to pause the video at the certain type time that you want your videos to have questions in. So I'm going to have a question at 1 minute 10, and I'm just going to go and grab that question. And the question is really simple: where do we find Google Classroom? Just as a little bit of a revision for this particular video. So what I can do is I can fast forward to 1 minute 10 in the video. There. And I don't press play, I just press this add button here. And then I've got the option for multiple choice, tick boxes, or an open-ended question. I would like a tick box for this question. Now I'm going to go down and I'm going to add my question, which was, where do we find Google Classroom? And then I'm going to provide the answers. Now it gives me an option for 4 as a default. I only want 3. Okay, and the first one is going to be in the 9 dots. My second option is going to be on a map, or you can also type classroom.google.com. Now I need to tell the system the correct answers, and to do that you just tick the right ones. So this one has got 2. You can go to the 9 dots and you can type in classroom.google.com. If I wanted to, I could shuffle the order, and when I'm happy I can press save and continue. Then my video will continue to play and I can go and add in another question. So I'm going to go to 1 minute 50 now on the video, because I know that's where I want the next video to be. If I go too far, I can move it up and back, forward and backwards. So I'll just press play and then I'll stop it. So I want it at 1 minute 50, and the next question is, how do I add a new class? So I can go into the same bit as I did before. So I'll copy the question. I'll go to add here. And this time I want a multiple choice question. So we'll do a multiple choice question where we'll only have one answer. Again, you can see I've got the default for 4, but I only want this time there to be 2 options in here, so I can have and actually we want the second one to be correct, pressing the plus button. Again, if I'm happy, I can save and continue, and I can move on to the next part of the video. So again, I'm pressing pause in here because I know where I want the next questions to be, and then you can fast forward on. So let's imagine I've done that and I've completed everything. I've got the option here to try it as a student, and I will do that now so we can see if it is what we want. And if it is, great. And if it isn't, we can then add some more questions. So it'll now start to fire up my video. I can press get started because this is what the students will see, and then I will be able to work through this assignment. Again, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to move across, and we will see what happens when it gets to 1 minute 10. So in 9 seconds time, we will be able to see what happens. So as you can see, the video then pauses. It gives me the option to answer the question, and I'll just answer this one incorrectly this time, and I will press submit. And then it's giving me some feedback that that's not the correct one. So I can now click this one, take that one out, and press try again. And it's now giving me the right answer because I've got it right. If I needed to rewatch, I can press the rewatch button and I can go back. So if I'm happy with that, which I am, I don't need to press edit. If I wanted to add more questions, I could press edit. If I'm happy, I can press attach, and that will go live into my classroom. And then I'll be able to push that out to my students. So Google Classroom Introduction, let's call that version 2, just because we've already got one in there. I'm not going to put a topic in, but of course I could go through all of that if I wanted to do so. Press assign, or I could press schedule assign, or save it as a draft. But I'm happy, and that's going to go out live now. So we'll press that button. It will then take us back to our normal screen that we see day in, day out, and there is our introduction to Google Classroom. So that is our video to show us how we can put interactive questions within Google Classroom. Please do feel free to like and subscribe. That gives us, as we said before, information from you guys about what you'd like to see in the next video. It just leaves me to say thank you very much for your time today. Please do scan the QR code and give us that feedback. It really, really does make a difference, because then we can start providing the content that you actually want to see. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you on the next session. Thank you.